But part of the way of addressing human rights is to understand what has been done, who has done what, take exact techniques off the table, and to apologize and be accountable for what's happened. The Army has never done that. The United States has never done that. The school's never done that. They're just saying, trust us, we got it right this time. And we can see that history shows us again and again and again when the government's saying, trust us, in terms of lack of accountability and oversight and data about what's happening with the military, that we have some very serious concerns for individuals and for the country.
Well, one obvious unforeseen consequence is that war leads to long-term social breakdown, and you see that in the social crisis in Central America, the crime wave in El Salvador and other places like that. I think one thing about the School of the Americas that's worth mentioning, I heard this first from Father Roy Bourgeois years ago, but then also from a guy that I met in Iraq who then taught there, that a lot of it is about the ideological indoctrination of the officers. You know,
meaning what?
It's less about how to shoot mortars and how to, interrogate people, and more about getting them to identify with the United States and the, American style of capitalism. And that has then the effect of, we see in a situation like Honduras, where there's no one in the military who's breaking away from the coup government and siding with the legitimate government. That officer class is ideologically contained already because of this long relationship with the U.S. military. In terms of the wars in Central Asia and the intervention, I mean, what we're seeing now is, a second round of U.S. intervention into a region that is plagued by crisis that is caused by an earlier round of intervention. And we have to talk about that more, that the U.S. funded the Mujahideen, many of whom, such as the Haqqani Network and Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, whose party, Hezbollah Islami, were part of the Mujahideen that the U.S. funded to fight the Soviets. In those days, the Soviets supported the Afghan communists, who were doing very much what NATO is now trying to do: secure the cities, secure the roads, keep the lights on. And our allies then were burning schools, blowing up bridges, and seeding the society with a gun culture that is very hard to uproot. And so now we're seeing a second round of that. We have Walid Karzai, Karzai's brother, running these militias on behalf of the CIA. Those types of things, once set afloat, can't be unwound and rolled up very easily.